So today we're going to try something new that I've been wanting to try for a little while. Today we are going to make some spray foam jack-o'-lanterns. Just a cheap DIY project that you can do at home with minimal supplies. It is going to be a little time consuming, but you can make these a lot cheaper than you can just go buy them. So let's jump right into this homemade jack-o'-lantern. So some of the stuff you're going to need is going to be great stuff. The spray foam. This is just gaps and cracks. You can get anything really that you want to get. And then we're going to just use just your regular balloon, regular old party balloon. So that is going to be the things you need to do this. You're going to want just either a piece of cardboard. I have this spare plastic from some of the Halloween props that I have. So you probably want to protect whatever surface you're going to be using. So either a trash bag, old tarp, Walmart bags, whatever. We'll go ahead and shake up our foam. It is a rather cool day today here in Ohio. So this might take a little bit longer to cure than I want it to. So this is going to be a very time-lapsed video. I'll piece it all together. Next thing you're going to want to do is just take your balloon, get it all stretched out, and then blow it up to whatever desired size you want your pumpkin to be. And then we'll tie it off and we'll get to foaming it. I think something like that should work. Now you can just lay it there. Now a couple tricks I'm going to do. I'm going to try and angle this so it's flat, laying sideways, so it's laying pretty much like this sideways and it's not tilted up. So I have just some PVC chunks, they're probably 2 inches or so, and I'm going to get a piece of painter's tape just to make sure this doesn't roll. So we're going to wrap it around itself and stick it to the balloon and to the plastic, so that way it doesn't allow the balloon to roll once we start putting the foam on. You can use packaging tape, you can use painter's tape, you can use just regular masking tape, duct tape. I probably wouldn't use the duct tape, but just something that's not going to just burst a balloon when you peel this off. Then we'll just set it back down. And see, now it's not going to go anywhere. So alright, let's get into foaming this thing. Now this spray foam here you can get from Home Depot. It's about $4 a can, a little over $4. But you can reuse it. So if you don't use all of it. Now what we're going to do is just coat one side, and then once it dries, we'll flip this over and we'll do the other side. That's mainly just because of how the foam is. It's probably going to run off. We'll just add to it later.
Now right here, I'm just laying out the foam really slow, just kind of testing the limitations of it, making sure it's not going to start running off the balloon, also seeing how much is coming out. And we're just taking our time, not trying to rush this, just going really slow, just going back and forth, making nice repetitive motion here. And we start to pick up speed now that we know the flow and viscosity of all of this.
There's what it looks like covering the balloon. And to speed up the curing process, you can spritz some water on there. Now we got just a water bottle. I know it says Simple Green, but there's just water in this bottle. Just spritz it on. Everywhere that you sprayed foam, let that cure, and then we will flip this over and do the other side. I just used another piece of PVC there to keep it from falling over. All right, so it's been about a half hour. We're gonna go ahead and flip this over. It is not super hard, but it is all right to be able to take it off and flip it over. So we're just gonna take it. We're gonna do the other side. This tape, I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll get this out of the way. We'll move our PVC pieces. Actually, we can take them and just set them like that so it doesn't go anywhere. We can set that one there. Now we can just get our foam and put another layer of foam on there. Okay, now that we got that, we'll get our water bottle, we'll spritz our water on there, and we'll let that dry, and we'll let it cure for probably another half hour. Alright, so it's been about another 20 minutes or so. It's still pretty soft and pliable, so we're going to go ahead and pop this balloon. Just got a razor. Alright, well that didn't go as planned. I popped that a little too early. So I actually came back and popped that balloon right after that, and it was still, like I said, soft and pliable. I popped the balloon just a little bit too soon and it shrunk in. So make sure to use accurate cure times so you don't make the same mistake I did. One whole side of my pumpkin just kind of sucked in with the balloon. So I went back through and I added a bunch of foam into that and filled it all back up. I've since completely finished the whole thing. I've cut out the jack-o'-lantern face. I was able to save it, so it wasn't a completely ruined project. I just wanted to tell you, make sure that you don't ignore the cure times. I know I'm showing you how to do this, so I'm going to tell you how not to do this as well. So I learned from my mistakes what I need to do next time, and that's going to be cure times. Make sure you don't pop that balloon. You can honestly don't need to pop it until it's 100% hardened. Like I said, I popped mine a little too soon and it sucked the whole one side of the balloon in, and I was able to save the whole project, so it wasn't a complete failure. It does look really cool. I went through and I carved it down, I shaved it out a little bit, and then I sanded it. I will go ahead and show you the finished product. So here it is, all completely finished, carved up. It's got his little jack-o'-lantern face in there, in his mouth. For a complete mistake, it turned out pretty decent. I'll take it back inside and I'll show you the final product. So, yes, I know it's brown. I only had brown spray paint. I didn't have orange. So this is the side that was fine. The first side I did. This is the second side that collapsed. So I added some foam to it. But I went through and I sanded it down and shaved it up, and I was able to save it a little bit. I kind of ripped some foam off here and some out of the mouth just to kind of give it a more kind of messed up look. But I just took a jigsaw blade and was able to cut out the face. There's the bottom. I went ahead and sanded that smooth, well, flat, I should say. The stem, I was able to just cut away some foam. I had a kind of squirrely piece that built up here, so I was able to just chop away some of the foam and make a 3D stem. As you can see, it is 3D. But the string of foam was right between his eyes, just perfect. And I said, you know what? I can just put that there. But it's not perfect. Like I said, the one side collapsed and I had to go back through and add to it. But I don't hate it. I don't hate the end result. Definitely is a learning curve. Now I could go through and I could add liquid latex on top of this. I could add saran wrap around here and heat gun it and have a nicer smooth texture. I just went through and took a Dremel and just kind of did your lines through the sides. But I could go through and corpse this pretty much and have a smoother finish other than this. Now I will be going and getting orange spray paint, so this will have an actual pumpkin and not just be this brown. But I just wanted to do this just so I could kind of see what it looked like painted. And then I added just a little pumpkin light. This is a 9-volt battery, and then when you stick it in there, it lights him up. But like I said, I just wanted to try and build one of these. I've never made one before. I saw somebody do the balloon trick. I know there's people that do them with beach balls. I thought the balloon trick was pretty neat, and versus paying $50, $60 for some of these pumpkins, I thought that maybe I could try and make my own out of foam. Now I know what not to do, and hopefully you know what not to do now as well. I can go through and we will be making a few more of these. I do like how it turned out besides the mess up, but now I really have a good starting point. There's really no right way, there's no wrong way of doing this. It's a DIY project. It's all in your imagination. So you can shape this however you want. You can sand it and file it however you want to. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Like honestly, I kind of like some of the knobby like chunks of foam and just the grittiness to it. It does, like I said, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. It's a DIY homemade project. You're making it yourself. It's not, there's no cookie cutter instructions to this. You're making it up as you go along and to your liking until you're happy with it. And once you're happy with it, it doesn't matter. Another trick I learned during the process on the first one, how you can see the whole balloon shape where it comes down to a kind of a point. I thought that maybe I could change that up next time. How to do this differently was I took the balloon and where you tie it, I pushed it down and I just put some clear tape over it just to kind of give it a different shape. So next time I'll have more of a circular shape versus that weird oblong end. So the next one, which I'm going to get ready and make right now, is going to turn out a little bit better because one, this is going to be shaped differently. Two, I'm going to let it cure. So I hope this video was helpful to you. The end result, I mean, it's still a usable pumpkin. Yes, it didn't turn out absolutely perfect, and I had a mistake, but at least I was able to show you how to do this and what not to do and how to improve yours. So if you found this video helpful and save you some money, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.